guaranteed in life is death, taxes, and suffering. I know this. If you don't know this, then you need to learn something. We're going to talk about systems of control. We know of a few systems of control. Most of us don't know all the systems of control. I think 99% certain I know like a lot more systems of control, and I'm not going to refer to all of them here in this video because the list is way too long. But I think it's incredibly important to talk about this and say that you, as well as I, need to give deep consideration and thought to your systems of control no matter where you live. Certain places have a lot more systems of control. Let me think of one thing today where I saw a video from. I'll let you guess where that happened, where they started installing cages on the entry and exit points of apartment complexes. Isn't that interesting? That's a nice little system of control, isn't it? Makes me shudder. I've seen the video of that. Yeah? That's just unbelievable. There's one horrific example, obviously so. I'm not saying that I've escaped these systems. I mean, I'm a fat guy, right? Soft, tattoo ink, right? Not muscular. It's like fat and tattoo ink there, right? So I don't pretend to have mastered all of these. I've mastered a few of them. I think they're things that a lot of people have not given consideration to. And I'm sure there's probably, to be sure, there might be some systems of control that you know about, that are blatantly obvious to me, but I had not, been hit in the face with them. So like, oh, it's another system of control. Yeah, that's true. We all know, of course, about the lies and propaganda that are on the box. There's a great saying, I think some comedian said that, we'll let people into our house, vis-a-vis the television, that we would never open the door for. Isn't that a brilliant statement? That's such a good one. It's stuck with me. We let people into our house via the TV that we've never opened the door for. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, people's minds are poisoned by that thing. I haven't been to the movie theater maybe 10 years. The only thing I watch are documentaries, stuff, how they build stuff, people that are actually doing constructive and interesting things. I might learn something. You can watch the news and know that they're lying and yet still glean information from it. People with weak minds, like you can't, they watch the news, they get influenced by it. Smarter people tell you to never watch the news, which is truthful and really good advice, but, if you have a mind built like a steel trap and it's impervious to lies, nonsense, and poppycock, you can watch it and actually get information from it, even though you know they're lying about virtually everything, and you know what they're lying about. So that's an important mention. Anyway, these systems of control, one of the horrible systems of control are, I have one right here, are planned obsolescence. Here's a little plastic gadget. Yeah, it's made by cheap labor, and they are always designed to self-destruct. Now, even though we're a more advanced society than they were, say, back in the 1920s and 1930s, or at least we think we are. We got computers and, we got like fast cars and all that sort of stuff. Air conditioning. They didn't have that stuff back then. They actually made stuff that lasts. Planned obsolescence is a huge system of control. I have a Toyota Tacoma, by the way, and all vehicles, they're still full of plastic parts, but I mean, there are certain vehicles that last a whole lot longer than others. Here in the United States, you need to have a vehicle. Public transportation is total garbage. You literally starve to death and go broke instantly if you didn't have a vehicle. That's just one of the natures of the United States. But also, too, the stuff that you could go out and buy, a $15 can opener, and I got an example of this. My mother, when I was living in Florida, she was like messing around in my kitchen, and she threw away my antique can openers. Yeah. She threw them away, and she's like, this thing is slightly rusty. And there was rust on it. Yeah, so she threw it away, and she went out and bought a new can opener. I was like, oh, man. I used it for like a year or so, and then, of course, it broke. Garbage. Well, those can openers she threw away last forever. So I had to go on eBay, and I bought 2 more of them, like 1950s or 1960s can openers. Even though stuff was antiquated and we have like superior stuff now, that stuff was built to last. One of the ways that I defy and everybody should be interested in finding out every aspect, every facet of their life to defy systems of control. That's one among many things I do to defy systems of control. I am not influenced by fads or, garbage name brands, even though I'm wearing like a polo shirt and I got Adidas. I buy stuff on discount. I buy used clothing on eBay, or I'll go to like a discount store like Ross. I'll get it cheap, 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 cheap. One of the worst things that will ever happen, and certain governments are doing this, is the ultimate system of control. The number one best system of control they got right now is cell phones, and everybody's addicted to their cell phones. They take it everywhere. They use it for everything. Best tracking device is no different than sticking a tag on your ear like a wild animal and implanting a tracking chip in your neck like a cat or a dog. It's even better than that. But we're all completely addicted to them, and we shouldn't be. Like, everybody has a cell phone now. Even little children have it. It's brilliant. People that are making their way into the United States, you know what they're being given? Some people are complaining about this. And they're given free cell phones. I'm not taking any position on the people coming to the United States, but they're given free cell phones for the same reason that the government likes us to have them. It's a tracking device. It is the most awesome, super, super, super awesome system of control and tracking device ever created. It's better than a chip in your neck, like a cat or a dog. It really is. Planned obsolescence, like I said, just mentioned it. Materialism. We all think we need more, 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 more. And we don't. We need the stuff that keeps us alive, it keeps us tranquil, that keeps our family fed and puts food on the table. Another thing that is a horrible system of control, and I guarantee you're probably not aware of it, is that you were not taught how to do anything in school. Neither was I, but I knew all those people were fools. You weren't taught how to do anything. These are the same people that get out of college that, I have a PhD. They don't even know how to screw in a light bulb. They can't fix anything. They can't build anything. They know nothing. I had a fancy education. You don't know how to do anything. You don't know how to do your own plumbing. You don't know how to do your own electricity. You can't build anything. You can't invent anything. You were taught to memorize garbage and regurgitate it. Oh, I got an A+, and I got a... So what? Look at the PhD like going broke, and the guy that's making all the money is Joe Plumber that dropped out of junior high school. Well, Joe Plumber is making like $130,000 a year, and you're broke. Joe Plumber learned how to do stuff, and you didn't. I love learning stuff, I've got skills to do certain things. I'm really good at leather work. I can make leather stuff all day long. You can't see them here. They're out of frame of the view of the camera. 3 the most powerful leather sewing machines ever created. You can't see them, but they're there. I've shown videos of them. So skills. Lack of skills is a great way to keep people under control. You just become a puppet of whatever regime it is you're living under. There are no stable jobs anymore. I used to have job security. It's like, you work really hard. You have safety and security at the job, and you retire with a pension plan, and there's none of that anymore. It doesn't exist. This is why everybody's so stressed out. Like every job that everybody has today, like 99.9% of them, there's no security. Here today, gone tomorrow, we'll fire you, and this stresses people the hell out. You know it, and I know it. Everybody's just stressed to the hill. I gotta lose my job tomorrow. What am I do? Here's another fact. I mentioned this a few days ago. The average American, something like 99% of Americans, something really, really high, American, could not afford a $500 emergency. I have no health insurance. Yeah? I can't afford health insurance. I have $4,600 to my name. $4,600. Believe it or not, that's the truth. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Okay? I haven't had health insurance in many, many, many years. Can't afford it. Driver's license. We can't do anything anymore without credit cards and IDs. That's the one last thing that every government in the Western world is drooling and salivating over, is the removal of cash. Can't trace it. It's cash. We could trace the digital stuff. Oh man, yeah, boy, oh boy. But we're going to get rid of all that papers and coins. A lot of Europe has gone to that. Oh, my buddy, he went to Norway. My rich buddy. And he was completely ticked that, like, cash is, like, verboten there. He said, nobody uses cash. Everything's on a card. Swipe it, scan it, chip. Oh, man, that is right after cell phones. That's the biggest form. Everybody knows where you're at. They have total control over your life. They want to destroy you because they don't like what you're doing or saying. Oh, we'll just wipe out his digital flatulence, fiat money. Everything's digital. You know, there's nothing physical anymore. You can't sit there and hold it. $100 bill. I know this is a rock, right? Nothing physical anymore. And all these people that are like praising digital cryptocurrencies. You need electricity for that to work. You need an internet for that to work. And you need a network for that to work. You need to have it propped up by the faith of other people that stuff's important. They want to get rid of this stuff. Physical money. Oh, Lordy. They are salivating so hard right now. They get you completely addicted to that tracking device that's in your neck. Your cell phone. They cannot wait to get rid of physical money. Cannot wait for it. They are so hot about that. Like, that's hot, Paris Hilton. That's hot. I spend a certain percentage of at least every other day thinking of systems of control and how to flush them out of my life. You should do the same. Listen, I know I'm fat, I'm out of shape, I'm not pretending to be anybody's life coach. I don't do that. I don't pretend to do that. I'm saying this stuff is really, really important. If you could eliminate as many systems of control as possible in your life, the happier you will be. I've done that to the greatest extent possible. I have a cabin in the woods. I literally have multiple lifetimes worth of free firewood and lumber. If I bought one of those small portable lumber mills that like takes trees and goes, I mean, I could spend the rest of my life, literally, selling lumber. I don't know how, I've seen videos, how hard it is. I know you have to chop the tree down, you have to get it from point A to point B. Incredibly dangerous work. But I have many lifetimes worth of free firewood and a bottomless pit, nearly so, of lumber. I would need one of those portable lumber mills. I've seen them. They're not that radically expensive. If I have to, I'm doing it, baby. If you live in the woods, I don't care if I have plumbing. To be free of systems of control, I will gladly, go out in the cold like they do in Little House on the Prairie to the outhouse and drop a deuce, my little wooden outhouse, to not be under everybody's little system of control. They want to track you everywhere, tell you what to do, what to think. I'll take my top 300 best books ever. It's all I need. Wisdom is all I care about. I'll go to the woods, I'll plant my own food. I won't write a manifesto, by the way. I had to stick that in there. And I think you should think about systems of control because it's incredibly important. I take pride in eliminating systems of control from my life as much as possible. Do I still pack a cell phone everywhere? I sure do. But I can tell you right now, I'm not going to hyperventilate if it vanishes or there's an EMP and all the networks go out my cell phone doesn't work. That's what every teenager and 20-something on Earth would do if the networks went out. They'd hyperventilate. I can't breathe. Oh, it's true. You should get your family together. It's to live a happier, more sensible life, closer to nature. We're going to eliminate out some systems of control. We're going to stop buying plastic garbage that breaks down. Like me in those 1960s can openers. That stuff doesn't break. It's got a little rust on it. Don't care. My mother literally did. No offense to my mother. She literally did take the two awesome 1960s cans. She threw them away. That's rusty. And she bought a plastic one. And it's just inferior garbage. I don't care if that other stuff is 70 years old. It works. It keeps on working. Whew. That's the reason. Also, another reason why I'll never own a Ford, a Chevy, name another American-made piece of garbage. I own a Toyota. Toyota. Everything breaks down, though. I know this, but a lot more reliable. A lot more. Thanks so much for watching. Lux Veritas. Have a great day.